Okay. Arms. Um, Gonna keep it simple. Work smarter, not harder. Uh, Biceps, triceps, forearms. Uh, the main muscle groups that'll make up your arm. That's what we're gonna train today. I have like a little neck pimple I'm picking at. Anna's gonna love getting that later. But yeah, so honestly, it's probably gonna be a pretty simple workout. I don't really feel like doing much hammer strength stuff today just because I just don't. Uh, I don't want to speak too much on it because I think it's valuable and it's needed to be trained, but I also think that some people can overhype its necessity and how much it needs to be trained or overtrained. Nevertheless, so today kind of short on time also, so I just want to do something I'll enjoy and get a good hard intense lift with. So planning to just do literally just the seated bicep curl machine, the one where your arms are like down here, and preacher curl. That's probably it, honestly. Like my lift will probably be just those two movements, well, for biceps at least. Uh, I don't know how much I'm gonna split it up between the two. It's really just gonna be whatever I'm enjoying and what's feeling good. Right now, mentally, I'm looking forward to both. So, anywhere between 8 to 12 sets. I don't know, might lean towards 10 today. Who knows? But and then triceps, I'll probably just find a cable machine that I like. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got a phone call. I hate when that happens. So, yeah, triceps, I plan to just literally find a cable machine that I like and just sit there the whole lift. Probably start with maybe street bar type shit. Uh, but probably just going to be a lot of Vulcan attachment stuff. And I don't know. Don't really have too much planned. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just going to do what I'm looking forward to. Maybe I'll talk a little bit while I'm there. But then forearms, just little D handle curls. My roommate, as I was leaving, was asking me about Mike Menser. And there was some video that he said he saw where Mike was talking about, I don't know, training with like a failure of like 3 reps in a set. Um, and well, if you ask me, I'm kind of biased. I don't really like Mike Menser. I think he's the crybaby version of Dwayne Yates, but that's just my opinion. Oh my gosh, that's even worse. So, but my response to him, because he was basically asking like, what's the ideal like rep range to lift into towards failure, and in the end, it's like within reason, as long as you're anywhere between 5 to like 15 to 20. If you're training to the same proximity of failure, the same intensity level, you're gonna grow. Um, so like yeah, there's like probably science and literature that points towards the lower rep range area being better because a little bit less accrued fatigue, but to an extent, it's splitting hairs. I'm not going to say that it's incorrect. There's correctness to it. It's just the question is, how much do you really need to like over fixate on that? My answer is understand the literature, the science, and know how to apply that to what works for you. Like, don't get so fixated on, I need to lift exactly this way because the textbook says so, or because the guys on TikTok say so. Like, understand, okay, this movement is probably better than this movement. And this movement's kind of a happy medium. I really like this movement, but it's a really poor choice. don't really like this movement, even though it's a good choice. I do like this movement a good bit. It's kind of in the middle. So, like, adapt to what is going to work for you in terms of what you are going to stick to the most and what you're going to attack with the most effort and intensity. Because, choosing a movement that you enjoy this much more, even though it's this much less optimal, you're gonna grow better. I mean, it's like I tell people, if I write you the most perfect workout plan, with all the right machines, and you absolutely hate it, and every workout day is a chore, you're probably gonna get outworked and surpassed by the little caveman lifting at home in his garage with cinder blocks and bricks and heavy rocks because he absolutely loves it and just trains everything to failure. So, all right. I'm getting a little irritated because everybody's driving like a numbskull today. But I'm going to turn this off, put some music on for the rest of the ride, and then I'll see you guys in there on the biceps, I guess. Hopefully it's not too packed. Oh, I should probably start with my left arm. Two more. Okay, I get it. One more. Yep. I got it.
No. I got it.
One more?
No.
What's up, Tim?
No. Wait. No. Okay. I got it. No. All right, that's done.
I was going to kind of like set some rep. This movement similar to how I did the last one with, first 2 to 3 sets, a little lower volume, more tension, more time under tension in the negative. But in all honesty, in terms of how I'm feeling, like in this moment. I really want to yank some weight, higher volume, and just, knowing myself and knowing how I feel mentally, I feel that I'm going to apply more intensity and train with more intensity and whatnot, doing that style of set for the next couple of sets, as opposed to the, lower and slower. And so with that in mind, I'm going to do what I know I'm going to train with greater intensity. So. Ow. Okay. Biceps are done. They feel like they're gonna burst, so that's good. Nothing like pain for a good indicator. Triceps, actually it's open now. The little silver straight bar that I like to start with, but it wasn't when I was warming up. But I kind of like how this feels. Slight bend, a little bit nicer on the wrist. So I'm gonna do a few heavy sets. Could be anywhere between like 2 sets or like 6. Really just depends on like what I'm enjoying. And then if I can find the Vulcan somewhere around here, I'll probably just finish the rest of my tricep shit with just this and the Vulcan. I don't even know if I'm gonna do any overhead stuff today. Just because my shoulders are feeling a little cranky. Mainly my left shoulder. So I don't know. No sense in trying to put my shoulders in a position of mobility if they're not feeling good. So Okay, as I mentioned, my shoulder, in particular my left shoulder, it's kind of just not feeling the best. A little sore, and I can feel, staying upright, keeping that upper back muscle, like the rear delt, all locked in to keep my shoulders, in place and not, swinging throughout the set. It's definitely tuckered out back there. So I'm gonna try and manipulate my body positioning on this. Try and get it in a more lackadaisical position for my rear delt. And then also try and maybe at least get some focus into that outer head of the tricep, or at least feel like it. Dude.
But it's all thank you. Wide in it. Just because I'm still feeling a little bit of that. So I'm trying my best now. All right. Time to get locked in. actually
Ooh.
use this. Or look up there. I'll go down there.
Oh, that's so heavy.
Medium one? I do.
All right, I started to do this. It's kind of heavy, so let's just make it a little less heavy. Right there. Yeah, that's good. All right.
I feel like I would drop the height on that. Also, do that. I guess. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think the only things I didn't get to record was, I think, a set of triceps because Anna like arrived at the gym. It was near the end, I think. And I was, saying hi to her, talking in between sets, and then just like went into my next set, kind of without really thinking to start the camera. And sorry, I got a text from my classmate that I just read off my phone, asking if he wanted to meet up to do some homework. Anywho, so yeah. Oh, and then the kiddos are, what time is it? I guess it is Thursday. Bus just got dropped off, so all the little youngins are. That's a lot of kids. Pretty packed bus. Want to make sure I drive super safe in case one of them runs out into the road. You'll probably see him here on the side in a second. Maybe that's not a lot of kids. I don't know. Seems like a lot of kids. Anyways, I didn't get to record all of my forearms. Older gentleman was not pleased with me filming. In all honesty, he was kind of a butthole about it. But like, simultaneously, I'm not going to argue because it's not my gym, and I don't have a right to film at the public gym. It's more of a privilege, so I'm not going to sit there and argue. All I said was I was like, yeah, I get it, and I think I was just like,
Just like, you know, all you had to do is ask nicely. I'll put it away regardless. But he just came up and just was like, I don't remember what he said. He was just kind of like, I don't know. He was kind of a butt about it, like a real condescending tone, and I don't know, like, cause I've had plenty of people ask me, like, if I could not film while they're nearby, and by all means, I turn that, I either turn it off or I just go as far away as possible so that they're nowhere near the camera because I don't want to make somebody uncomfortable. You know, it's not my gym. I don't own the gym, and people can be uncomfortable enough going to the gym as is. Last thing I want to do is add to somebody's nervousness at the gym. And, like, there's been a few times, like, I've had, like, you know, like an older lady in the background doesn't even say anything, but oh my god, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? Ooh, I was a little nervous because I'm getting tailgated by Butthole McButt. You know what? He flipped me off. He's tailgating me, and then he's mad that I have to stop because cars are stopping, and then he flips me off. All right, whatever. What a butthole. All right. Yeah, like there's been times I've been filming, and like there'll be a lady like maybe on the machine next to me, and I can just assume that she's probably not comfortable. You know, maybe she's like, you know, like kind of like watching out of the corner of her eye, or just like just by sensing body language, and without even them even needing to say something, I'll just usually put it away. Because again, like I already worry that, you know, being a meathead looking physical build, that people are just going to assume, oh, he's a meathead, he's egotistical, he's self-centered, and that's not really the impression I want to have. So I'm always trying to be extra courteous of, like, you know, just the people around. It's the right thing to do. Anyways, so guy was a butthole. He didn't really need to be, but regardless, I still turned it off because I'm not going to sit there and argue, because I just wish that he had came up and was just more cordial about it, just because there's no need being unnecessarily uncordial. But anywho, so yeah, workout went good. I can't really complain. I don't really have anything to complain about. I guess little words of advice that I could give in this last little bit. You're gonna find a lot more peace, maybe inner peace, whatever the right word is, not caring what other people do to you or say to you. And sure, there's going to be people that are, oh, you shouldn't take disrespect, and like, there's a difference between like disrespect and like some random jerk off that you don't know, like saying stuff to you. Like, so I work security at bars and stuff, and so there's going to be plenty of like drunk people and old people that'll, you're big, oh, I bet I could beat you in a fight, or I bet you can't fight, and I just, yeah, you're probably right. Just was like, in the end, if I got a phone call, in the end, what difference does it make to you if some random person that you don't know, probably will never see again, thinks that you're anything? Like, if some random person comes up to you and says, I think you are blank, and then fill that blank in with any negative adjective or noun, description, or whatever, your life goes on the exact same, you know, like, regardless. And same thing goes for, like, you know, the internet. You know, somebody says, like, oh, I think you're this, or I think this, like, you know, you're going to be a lot better off just not really caring. And there's going to be a lot of people in general, or maybe not a lot, but you'll have instances where you're going to have people that just want to get a rise out of you, or get a, you know, cause conflict. And I don't remember who the quote was, but it was like, in today's like modern age, 99% of like conflict, especially like physical altercations, could be avoided with just a higher level of emotional maturity. Like, if, let's say, you're out at a bar and some guy comes up to you and says, F you, you're a, and then calls you something mean. All right, man, sorry you feel that way. Like, you could either feed into it, get angry. You know, it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze, I think. Good movie. And he's making like a team of like guys like to do security for a bar. And he's saying, you know, always be nice. And one of the workers is like, well, what if somebody calls me a cocksucker? He's like, so it's two words put together to form one word to try and elicit an emotional response. And and then he goes, what if somebody calls my mama a whore? And he just goes, well, is she? You know, like, yeah, I totally get the whole, like, you know, not talking about family, not wanting people to talk about your family, but at the same time, it's like, there's the difference between wanting to not let somebody disrespect your family and just unnecessarily causing conflict with a random person that has nothing better to do. And you know, this same mindset could be applied through so many different levels of life. Like, it doesn't just always have to apply to like avoiding street fights or bar fights or stuff like that, or fights at a party. But like in this specific context, it's like, let's say if you're at a bar, some random guy is mouthing off to you and goes, "Your mom is this." Okay, like your mom's not even there. She's never gonna know that it was said. It's some drunk dude saying drunk stuff with the only goal of trying to start stuff. And it's like you can start a fight, cause harm to people, cause harm to yourself, potentially get in trouble, all because you got upset. He essentially said a grown-up version of "you're a poo-poo head," "your mom's a poo-poo head." Like, it's the same thing can just be broken down to different levels of life. You know, like, to what extent is the outcome or the consequences of, you know, responding and letting your emotions dictate your response worth it? You know, somebody calls you an idiot or insults you at the gym or whatever. You can either care what the random person thinks about you or not. And if you choose to care, then you're choosing to take on the mental burden of, you know, being stressed out or whatever other emotions come with, you know, actually caring for that person's opinion about you. And if you don't, then you're just better off for it. Like, who cares? Like, if I got upset or cared about every single negative thing a person said to me, in person or not, I would have so much stress in my head. There's too much. So just, you know, keep living your life and do you, I guess. Yeah. Roll the outro, I guess. I'm gonna go inside and poop and eat my chicken and rice and wash my hands. Nothing came out. I was digging for nothing. See you guys.